Power of attorney is a very serious power. Depending on which type you use, it can affect your medical rights, the ability to transact in real estate. If you go into a coma, the person who has power of attorney can decide everything about your life, including potentially treatment. There are 4 major types of power of attorney, with the first being a general power of attorney. A general power of attorney is the most broad. It basically says, hey, this person can do anything I can do. Anything you can do, I can do as an attorney. Things like managing banking transactions, real estate, the post office, settling things, entering into contracts. If you're an NBA player, you might give power of attorney to your agent and say, I'm gonna let this guy go handle all the negotiations. He's gonna tell Gatorade what flavor of Gatorade I drink in the commercial, how much I get paid, and where the checks go. You gotta have a lot of trust to do that. Then there's a special or limited power of attorney. Instead of giving you the power to do everything for me, I'm gonna say, okay, just this one thing. This limited power of attorney says that for my snow cone stand, you're allowed to transact all of the business at the snow cone stand just like you or me. You have the full powers on the snow cone stand, but you can't touch my mail, you can't touch my bank accounts, and you can't touch any medical or real estate transactions. There's also powers of attorney that are not permanent. For example, there's a thing called a springing power of attorney, where you say, okay, well, if I ever fall into a coma, then I want to give Doug power of attorney. If I ever get injured and I have brain damage and I can't talk, this guy is going to carry out my affairs and estates. To me, this one requires the most trust. Money is important and serious, but there is literally nothing more important than your health. You have to trust someone literally with your life to give them a springing power of attorney. Finally, there's medical power of attorney. Unlike the springing power of attorney, you give this to a person when you're healthy and they just have it, and it gives them a broad amount of powers. Things like having access to your medical records, things like ordering surgeries, or maybe even choosing between the different procedures, choosing which treatments or medication you use, and even making decisions like do not resuscitate, organ transplants, and a whole bunch more. You can actually give a non-lawyer power of attorney. You could have a friend that you play poker with, and you could be like, Doug, I want you to have power of attorney. I'm gonna give a big giant warning to doing this. If it were me, I would always want an attorney to have power of attorney. Why? Let's break it down. It's called power of attorney, not knowledge of attorney. Even if you give someone all that power and they don't know what to do or how to follow procedure, they could make a mistake around medicine, a mistake around finances. It's very, very easy to get this stuff wrong. There's 2 kinds of trust. I trust that you're gonna do the right thing and you're honest, but I also trust that you can do a thing that is difficult. For example, one kind of trust is whether or not my friend is lying to me. But the other kind of trust is, hey, if I ask my friend to run a 6-minute mile, could he physically do that? He might try real hard, and he can't hit that 6-minute mile. Power of attorney is the same way. You don't want to give it to someone that doesn't understand tax law, that doesn't understand complex finances, that doesn't understand the medical system, because even if they're trying to do the best thing for you, they can end up costing you, maybe even your life. I strongly recommend using an attorney for power of attorney. Most people don't know this, but there's a whole extra set of rules, regulations, and laws that attorneys have to follow. I cannot just enter into a contract with a regular person without warning them. I'm legally obligated to tell them, hey, I'm an attorney. I have an unfair advantage on you. You need to get your own attorney and look at this. Attorneys are held to a higher standard, and they are already trained at taking care of people's needs. They should be your first look when thinking of a power of attorney. So we've talked about a lot of what it is, but when should you use it? Well, if you have kids or an estate, you should consider getting it set up along with a will so that you can make sure that your loved ones are taken care of. If you have a medical condition that is deteriorating, could cause seizures, a coma, or worse, if you think you could be incapacitated, you should set up a power of attorney with someone that you trust and have read in on your situation. Remember, an attorney can only be as good as the information you provide them. Getting it done early when you don't need it, that's the best time, because if you're waiting until it's an emergency, everything's rushed and they might not be able to get important, even life-saving information in. If you have any questions about this or you need a power of attorney, please reach out to us at notyourlawyer.law or call the number below and we will get you set up with a free consult. The law is very complex, but it doesn't have to be confusing. Here at Not Your Lawyer, we want to help you break down real-world issues and get you the help that you deserve. Check out our other videos like street fight breakdowns, evictions. We even have a Karen attacks video. Please give us a follow, like, share, subscribe. Get it in the comment section and tell me what's going on with you.